Deep in the woods, there lived a clever little mouse named Milo. Milo was always curious and loved exploring the forest, especially at night when everything was quiet. One evening, as he was wandering near an old oak tree, he overheard a conversation between two owls perched high on a branch. "I heard there's a hidden treasure buried in the forest," one owl said. "Treasure? Where?" the other owl asked. "Nobody knows for sure, but it's said to be hidden where the moonlight touches the ground at midnight," replied the first owl. Milo's ears perked up. "A hidden treasure?" he whispered to himself. His heart raced with excitement. Milo had never found treasure before, but this was his chance. Determined to find the treasure, Milo waited for midnight. As the full moon rose high in the sky, Milo scampered through the forest, following the patches of moonlight. He ran over fallen logs, dodged under ferns, and finally came to a small clearing. In the center of the clearing was a spot where the moonlight shone brightly, just as the owls had said. Milo looked around and saw something unusual, a small stone, half buried in the ground. It didn't look like much, but Milo's instincts told him this was the place. He quickly began to dig around the stone with his tiny paws. After a few minutes of digging, he uncovered a small, wooden chest. "This must be it," Milo gasped in excitement. Using all his strength, Milo lifted the chest's lid. Inside, he found not gold or jewels, but something even more surprising, a collection of tiny, colorful crystals that sparkled in the moonlight. Each crystal was shaped like a star, and they glowed softly with a magical light. "Wow," Milo whispered, mesmerized by their beauty. "These are the most beautiful things I've ever seen." As he admired the glowing crystals, Milo realized that this treasure was special, not because of its value, but because of its magic. He could feel the warmth and wonder coming from the crystals, and it filled him with happiness. Instead of keeping the treasure for himself, Milo decided to share it with his forest friends. He invited the squirrels, rabbits, birds, and even the owls to come and see the glowing crystals. Together, they all gathered under the moonlight, marveling at the beauty of the treasure Milo had found. That night, the forest was filled with light and laughter, and Milo learned that the real treasure wasn't the glowing crystals, but the joy of sharing something wonderful with others.